Time to hunt.
Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Alien vs. Predator arcade game version of the Hunter Predator from NECA Toys. That's right, my friends, I am continuing on with my look at the incredibly fun figures based on the awesome Alien vs. Predator arcade game, and today we're gonna check out the Hunter Predator. So as you can see, our Hunter Predator comes single packed in the same style window box we've seen for the other Alien vs. Predator arcade game figures from NECA Toys. Has some really cool arcade game graphics in the background behind the figure, looking like one of the levels from the game. And if you rotate this around to the backside, it's got some images of the figure itself within the box. Along the side there, you've got like headshots of the other characters from the video game. Has a very cool video game look to it with like the energy bar, like almost like a character select screen going on. So very, very cool packaging. So let's get this guy out of that box so we can take a closer look at him. I'm going to bring in the tape measure here so you can see that he stands almost a full 8.5 inches tall. It looks like he is definitely over 8 inches tall. If I bring in Dutch, for example, also from the Alien vs. Predator line, who stood right at 7 inches, you could see the massive height difference between the Predators and the humans, which is exactly as it should be. So really cool stuff here. So with the figures in this line, the paint decos on here are supposed to look like the arcade game graphics, and that's definitely what we've got going on here. Our Predator is got this very tan look with like the lighter tan skin, the darker tan seen on the armor there. There is a nice dry brushing, or like a black wash rather, that really brings out all of the details here kind of in the armor. Gives him a little bit of a dirty look, but then the greens, especially here on his belt and everything, you can see they've got more of that like graphics or like that pixel type look to the paint deco, which is what NECA is known for with these video game figures. Of course, our Hunter Predator is also wearing a sweet thong. So, you know, if you're into that sort of thing with your Predators there. But he's a very, very cool looking character. I was a little worried this one was going to look a little plain because of those browns, but honestly, I think it looks really great, especially under the lights here that I've got in my studio. I think the figure really pops. You can see there is a little bit of some variance in the shading there with the browns on the helmet that really makes it stand out and looks very good. So it's not as plain as I thought it was going to be. There's actually quite a bit of details that have been brought out very nicely by the paint deco on here. So one thing I want to point out with my Hunter Predator before we get going further is I do seem to have something weird going on with the way that the hip joints were assembled on mine. You can see that they're definitely off center. He's permanently standing basically with this little cocky hip pop thing going on. They're stuck that way. In fact, this joint over here is super tight and I can't get it to adjust. And you can see there's like a huge gap between the legs and the hips up there, and it looks really, really strange. So that's a bit of a bummer. I don't know if they're all like this or if I just got kind of a bad one. I'm gonna hope and assume that it's the latter, that I just got one that's got a bit of a QC problem, but that definitely looks out of place and it looks a little weird, especially with that huge gap showing between the legs and the thigh, just the way it's kind of, you know, cockeyed like that. So hopefully your Hunter Predator isn't like that. Also up here at the top, he's got the little shoulder cannon, and it's like super loose and flimsy on mine. Like, look at the way that thing just kind of flops around on there. So yeah, unfortunately this seems to be one of those figures where I got a bad one as far as quality control goes. I've been very lucky with a lot of my figures. I haven't had those types of issues, and I know it's a thing that just happens sometimes. So if you're picking these up in the store, I would definitely just kind of watch out for stuff like this. It's a good window box packaging, so hopefully you can see it. I ordered mine online, so unfortunately this is just the way it was shipped to me. All right, let's go and talk about articulation then otherwise. The head is ball jointed, so it can move left and right, up and down, kind of roll around. However, if you had any of the other Predators from NECA, you know exactly how this works. The little shoulder cannon here, as well as the dreads, which are all nice and they're flexible and they're like this nice pliable plastic. It is all going to hinder that motion just a bit though. You can see he's got some limitations to how he can turn his head. The shoulders can go up, down, forwards, backwards, swivel at the bicep. You do have really nice double joints at the elbows there, so you got a great range of motion going on there. And then you got ball joints at the wrist, so the hands can roll all the way around there. He does have one open hand, and he's got a gripping hand over here on the right. He does have the little claws jutting out over here. These are not retractable on this figure. It looks like they are permanently stuck outwards. You do have a nice kind of ball joint there. It looks like at the midsection. Actually, this is more of a swivel on this figure. The ball joint is at the waist, so you can roll that all the way around as well as swivel left and right. I showed you the hips there. They are the ball-like joints, so you can move forwards and backwards. Oh, hey, look at that. I just knocked off that flimsy shoulder cannon. Oh, boy, the little peg even fell out of that. So I'll have to see if I can put that back together. But that was just really, really loose and wobbly. So, oof. Okay, so swivels at the thighs. You got double joints at the knees, which are a bit tight on mine. I don't want to force it too much. There we go. Got to kind of work it out a little bit there. You got swivels at the ankles. They're actually ball jointed both at the top and the bottom of the foot. So you actually get a real good range of motion there. Look at you, really crazy, like break his foot. Ah! So all in all, the articulation's really nice on this guy, other than some of the weird assembly issues that I have with this particular figure. Okay, so he's got two accessories. First of all, he's got his own little blaster here. This is really cool for a Predator because this is straight up like a Space Marine type blaster for blasting xenomorphs. So it's kind of fun to see a Predator have a weapon like this. It's small because it's definitely designed for a human, but I love that. I think that's awesome. And of course, this fits right in with the video game here for, you know, partnering up with Dutch and Lynn to fight off the alien menace. So pretty cool stuff. But if you don't want a blaster for your Predator, he also comes with this very cool staff that's bladed on both ends. This is a very cool looking weapon. It's just white, brown, and black, but this has got that great paint deco that gives it that very video game look to it. You can see the way they almost did the shading there with the grays on the white blade to give it that more video game appearance. So pretty cool weapons there to finish off your Hunter Predator. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Alien vs. Predator arcade game Hunter Predator figure. So I've got a mixed bag with this one because all in all, I do love the design. I think the paint deco is beautiful on this. And he's just a cool looking figure. However, I had a lot of weird quality control issues with mine. The hips are assembled wrong or something weird's going on there. I don't like the way it looks because of it. And then I had that little shoulder cannon just fall right off there. It was so loose and flimsy and it just fell right off the figure. Aside from those things, he still looks great. And this is a figure that you can partner up with Dutch and Lynn. You can create your 4-team your 2 Predators and your 2 humans to fight off the aliens straight out of the video game. And I do think this is still a fun collection. So my word of warning is just watch out for the quality control stuff if you're picking these up in stores. Unfortunately, it's a thing that can just happen with action figures. So these are hitting store shelves right now. They are at Target in the NECA section if your Target has one of those in the electronics department. So that's a good way to check it out in person before you buy it. Otherwise, if you want to take a gamble like I did and buy one online, you can pick them up at stores like BigBadToyStore.com. So happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.